Do you like the TV show Supernatural? If so, stick around because today I'm doing the Supernatural book tag. Well, hey friends, for those of you new around here, my name is Roger and welcome to my channel, Rogers Reads. So today I'm doing the Supernatural book tag. This is the original tag created by Library of Tomes, and I will put a link and the questions to the tag below. So let's get on with the tag. First question, Dean Winchester is a ladies' man throughout the series. What book cover has stood out the most to you? So, with book covers, that's really difficult to say because I have so many books with awesome book covers. I love the covers on the Summoner series. I have them up here. I think they're kind of cool. I guess I like the style of book covers. But what I'm probably going to go with is Runebinder by Alex Kaler. I read this book a while back, but I've already passed it on. I enjoyed the book cover. I enjoyed the book a lot, but it was the first book in a series, and I read the second book, and I didn't get on quite so well with that. So I decided to pass the first book on to someone else. Yeah, so I'm going to go with that cover. I'm going to put a screenshot of the cover right up here. So what do I got next is Sam Winchester is the kind, sweet, studious brother. What book on your shelf has the most meaning to you? So for that, I'm going to go with a book I've already talked about on this channel a lot, but that's going to be Tales of the City by Armistead Maupin. So this book takes place around the same time that I was coming of age, and so for me, it was utterly relatable. So that time period was a very special time of my life that's still very vivid in my memories, and this book is part of those memories. It's very atmospheric for me and pretty much epitomizes my life during that time. So if you want to know more about my life, read Tales of the City. John Winchester is the determined but not so great father figure. What character means well but could have used more character development? So for that one, I'm going to go with Fern from the Price Guide to the Occult. Now, while I did enjoy aspects of Fern's character, I felt that she was a little bit too over the top. She's kind of a snidely Whiplash villain in which she had no redeeming qualities whatsoever. I remember thinking that it was really unclear what her motivations were, that she was pretty much evil for the sake of being evil. So I thought that her character could have used a little bit more development in that story. Number 4. Mary Winchester is the mother who never got to see her boys grow up. What character is pushed to the side before their reign can begin? So for this one, I think I'm going to go with Ned Stark from the Game of Thrones. I really liked his character, and it was sad to see him die so soon in the series. So, and I think it was Game of Thrones, the first book in this series, or was it Clash of Kings? Well, it was one of the first books, one of the beginning books in the Song of Ice and Fire series. There are also plenty of other characters in that series who would foot this bill as well, because nobody ends up lasting too long. So, number 5. Castile is the angel who doesn't understand human humor. What snarky character has a sense of humor like no other in that book? Again, I'm going to mention a book I've talked about a lot on this channel, and that's Charlie Davidson from the Charlie Davidson series. She has humor like no other character. And when she makes one of her classic wild, snarky remarks, most of the other characters tend to ignore it, roll their eyes, and pretend that she hasn't said it. So I think this one fits the bill pretty well for that question. Number 6. Bobby is always there for the Winchesters when they need him. What character puts everyone else before their own needs? So for this one, I'm going to say Michael Merrick from the Elemental series by Bridget Kemmerer. If I remember correctly, he always puts the safety of his brothers above anything else and even sacrifices his own happiness in order to protect them. So each of the brothers in the series gets his own book, and Michael's particular book was entitled Sacrifice, which makes sense given what I just said, that he ends up sacrificing his happiness for his brothers. Number 7, Ruby is backstabbing and manipulative. What character starts out as an ally but quickly changes to an enemy? So for that, I'm going to cheat and choose 2 characters, and I'm going to choose the 2 main characters from the book Vicious by V.E. Schwab. So Victor and Eli both begin as friends, as allies, but then one of them turns on the other and they become enemies. So I won't tell you who becomes the enemy first because that would spoil it. But yeah, Vicious. Definitely worth the read, by the way. Number 8, what book gave you the most hell finishing? So this was actually a book that I already mentioned in this tag, and that is going to be Runebreaker, which is the 2nd book in the Runebinder series. I guess sometimes it's difficult for me to make it through a series when I absolutely hate the main character, and I loathed the main character in this book. So because of that, I really had to slog my way through the book, especially because I really didn't give a shit about it because I disliked the main characters so much. So yeah, as I mentioned, I decided not to continue on with the series. I think that was that the last question? I think there's only 8 of them, right? Yep, that was the last question. So I think this has been around forever. But if you have not done this tag, feel free to give it a holler and let me know that you're doing it because I'd love to see your responses. So that is it for this Tag Tuesday. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support, and I will talk to you in the next video. Roger and out.